Hello, so today I'm going to show you a simple scaling shape, which means basically I'm going to split my dough that's now nicely fermented. And you can see it in here, it's got loads of bubbles, it feels light and airy. I'm not going to play with it too much. I've got about 2 loaves in there, I weigh them at 720 grams each. That's not important though. This is the process of shaping and scaling, really. So a little dust of flour. I don't want to be incorporating too much flour into the sourdough at this stage. Essentially what I'm going to do is get the dough out, and you can see now, as I tip it out, you can see it's lovely and fermented, all the gluten there. That's what we want to be looking for. If this comes out and it's still like a solid lump, and there's none of those air bubbles or those strands, then we know it's not ready. You can see it's like, it's gelatinous, it's light and airy. It's good to go. Okay, so I'm just going to scale this up quickly into the measurements I know I need. A little bit of flour on the scales. A bit of product placement, CDK dough knife here from Campbell Knives. Non-stick knife is brilliant. So I'll get off that. Pretty much there. Okay, so my first one, it's not an exact method, but what I want to be doing is just, this is called a pre-shape. Now that I've scaled it, I want to pull it into a nice tight ball. You see what I'm doing? I drag the knife around and pull it back. Drag the knife around and pull it back. And with your other hand, just guide it into the ball. So what this is doing is adding some tension into the bread itself. And you can see it's gone from quite an ununiformed lump into a nice taut bit of dough. And that's what we're looking for. What that does is it's kind of like, the dough at this stage is pretty slack. You can see it's got no structure to it. What we're doing now is giving it some tightness, and it will retain that. It kind of acts as like a memory for the bread. So as you come into the shaping, you've got those gluten strands working again. And that's what will keep its shape during the proving. Because when it comes to prove, it's got a tendency to then relax again. What we're doing is adding just a little bit of tension, a bit of structure to the bread now. So this is a pre-shape. It gets us ready into doing our final shape. We're just putting it into a lovely little shape. You see it's nice and tight. You can see all the air bubbles forming. And that shape now will just make it easier to come on to our final shape. I'm going to leave that on the bench now for 20 minutes, so it's what's called a bench rest. What will happen now is, because we've given it a bit of tension, if we try to shape that into its final shape now, it would just be too tight, you wouldn't be able to do anything with it. It needs to slacken off a little bit, so then we can put it into a nice shape. The next video will be me doing its final shape.